Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Get on board. We're smiling on top of the world. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Flying, get on board. We're smiling on top of the world. Get on board. We're smiling on top of the world.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome aboard to a late starting Flying with Mike. I just, for some reason, just exhausted, folks, and needed a little bit of sleep. So, took a nap, got up about a half hour ago, and got things rolling here. So, we're trying to do like we have in the past and get this thing rolling quickly. Got a little bit of a time crunch, but I think this flight should fit in plenty of time. So, all right, we're flying something new today. Virgin America. It's an airline that left right around COVID. Um, Alaska Airways, by the way, now has them. But anyway, Piedmont Virtual Airlines is also a historical group of airlines. Pan Am, I think we still fly Braniff, and a few others, Ansett and WDA, and I'm not 100% sure which version that is. A bunch. Well, they just put them on their docket last month. This month, we'll have hopefully some other surprises to show coming down the pike from them. We're going to you're going to have to join them to see what they are. But that's right. That means we now get to fly the A321 Neo, which is what's sitting in front of you, folks. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. We're flying down from SeaTAC after that absolutely, actually pretty good landing, although not very stable and very short. I think putting it on the numbers was even short. So, it really, from videos, looked like we would have drug the wheels through the approach lights. Maybe not, but it was close. It was horrible, folks. I should have not even attempted it. Turned around and came in. But it was what it was. So we're picking up from there and headed down to San Francisco, where I believe, and you all out there that would know more, Virgin America was based. Although there's quite a few flights out of here too. I was kind of shocked. Here in LA. So plus they flew over flyover country. So let's crawl up there, get going, and see what kind of damage we can do to San Francisco. Did I just say that out loud? Hey, Iowa Scotsman, welcome aboard, sir. Hope you're having a great day. All right, so we are partially into the getting this plane ready to go. So before we tackle any kind of pre-brief, give me a second here to get at least the McDo to a point we can do our thing. All right, so here's charts. I just need to get the flight in here. There it is. And I need coordinates real quick. I think we're in spot number 2 over here. Of course, it probably won't tell me. Nope, not here. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Let's see where we're hiding here. Hang on a second, folks. All right, so we are in A2. All right, so we're parked right here. Give you a little lay of the land real quick. You got the big mountains out there. Rainier will be coming into, should have been into view already. Or maybe that's it. Anyway, and a lot of other volcanoes. Supposedly, and I love that word, supposedly inactive. You know, and this is really interesting. This walkway they've built from the main terminal here out to the south terminal really fascinates me. It's got a height restriction. Not all aircraft can go under it. Wow, what a way to, what an interesting concept they're trying. But anyway, we're digressing. Let's get down and in here. All right, sorry, folks. Hang on, let's pull this up. I think we're already in. I'm going to go ahead get the other one up and get it positioned better. There we go. All right. So what we got to do while the IRS is aligning for 4 more minutes, go to the init page, do the init request. We'll go into the pre-flight real quick. It's not going to be super long detailed, folks. Our goal is to get airborne and down there. All right, so everything's loaded in. You're just going to kind of have to follow along. Okay, so we're going to align now. Okay, well, that was silly. Anyway, let me just pull that. Oh, I've got it right here. All right, so we're parked here. So we're going to plan. Really not sure yet how we'll get out of here. We'll figure that out later. All right, so parking coordinates for Alpha 2. 47 or north 4726.5. All right, let's see. Did it say 26? Oh, it did. Okay, so 4726.5 north, okay, west 122.18.1. All right, so click here and uno. All right, double check 4726.5, 4726.5, 122.18.1. Good. Align on ref. Confirm. Winds. Request. Return. And here we're at a point now. When it aligns, it'll align where it needs to. All right. Just looking through here, have we done all of these? Yes, we have. So we're going to kick it on. We've already fueled. The passengers are accounted for, so bear with us. Actually, what we will do, bear with me, close up this side, get those guys pulling away, and then we'll come back for the loaders here in a minute. All right. Okay, let's go to page 2. That'll start the pre-brief. All right, today's flight, folks, like I said, is service from Seattle to San Francisco. Right now, we are planning 150. Uh-oh, I feel like I failed here. Hang on a second, folks. because after this, oh, nope, I got it right. Okay. I'm starting my ACARS program, so bear with me. I forgot to do that at home. I was so mad with myself. Okay, there we go. All right, now I can't get that mad with myself. Well, yeah, I can, but oh well. Okay, so let me pull charts out. All right, so we have 158 people going there. We're loading a payload of 37,633. It's close. We need to get to a payload of zero fuel weight of 146,921. We ended up at about 10 pounds heavier. It's always that dog that just travels along with us. I don't know what's going on with that. So we accomplished that by adding a little fuel. We were scheduled out with 15,050 pounds. We're going to run 15,212. There's our zero fuel weight, which is now coming into play. There's our GPS primary. We're aligned. All right, so 146.9. So that's good. And 29.1, that's not good. So slash 29.1. Oh, correction, 0.4. Ha! That's what I get for reading the screen wrong. All right, and let me put something out there real quick because a commercial break is lurking. I know. Folks, as always, I put this disclaimer out there. If you miss something, try and pick it up in YouTube so that way you can pick up what you missed. We're going rocket style here. This ain't flying with Mike Day. This is get the plane in the air day. So 146.9, okay, 29.4, okay, 15.0. Oh, that's for another day. There we go. And our numbers look good. Takeoff weight looks good. All right. So now we'll come back to flight plan and let's get to it. Oh, don't tell me we're doing this again. There we go. I sometimes hate when it delays like that, folks. Sorry. Get the charts in here. At the same time, I'm going to pull up our nav display so we can check the route, switch it to plan. Let's bring it down to say 20, K Seattle. All right, so the trip today. All right, real simple, folks. We're coming out of Seattle for San Francisco. We're going to fly the probably see they're going to Harbor 6 departure ERAVE off 16 left. Then we're going to just track on down here on our route to the BD EGA 4 arrival San Francisco 28 right. MLBEC. All right. Weather in Seattle is pretty good. Um, as of 24 minutes ago on the real world ATIS 220 at 8, 10 miles visibility. Few clouds at 2,000 feet, and we can deal with that. And a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. All right, again, 16s are in use, South Ops. And then just for those of you curious, down there in the land of San Francisco, 290 at 13, gusts to 19. Sometimes I think they ought to call this the Windy City. But it does have a little bit of a moniker. Came from a movie. The coldest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco. Usually pretty chilly there, folks. 15 degrees Celsius in August. That's not a temperature. Let's just put it that way. We'd love to see that here in St. Louis. That is 59 degrees. So got a few clouds at 300 feet, broken at 1,000 feet, hence marginal VFR conditions, and plenty for us to get out of here legally wise. All right, so let's check our route. Okay, so first thing we got to do is clear a discontinuity. So we go to Seattle, departure, and we're saying 16. I'm making sure my, you know what, if you're ever in doubt, get the chart. 16 left will work. Matter of fact, it looks like we don't have ATC. We're coming out of here with the Harbor 6 departure. Is it ERAVE? ERAVE. Insert. All right, so now down here you'll be able to watch it, folks, to make sure we don't have any other discontinuities. I'm going to bring up the departure, not the departure gates. We don't need that one anymore. Hang on. We'll keep the gates for now. All right, so basically you can see we're going to fly out to Renby, Richer, Emerald, Harbor, and ERAVE onto our route. Okay. And I haven't filed yet. That's the last thing we'll do here. So we're going to just check all of this. So 932. Direct Cavab. Then on to Renby. Okay, so that's all looking good. Now, to step the chart like you do in Boeing, you don't click here. We click the arrow. We got Richer. We got Emerald. We got Habo, and we got ERAVE. Now, don't get confused here, folks, thinking VPOT has to be. That's if you're running high SCU. You got to look real careful here. See how you have two lines? We're the ERAVE out to here, not the one for HISCU. So that's why you don't see it. All right, pushing on real quick now. Eason is coming up. And we're just looking to make sure these things don't skew out thousands of miles, hundreds of miles sometimes. But on long runs, folks, you could get some 100-mile intervals. But as long as you're not seeing skewing lines, it really, you'll know when you're out. You can also check down here, make sure your mileage adds up correctly or very close. All right, so Eason, Ibni, Ellen, Envy, running out of, here we go. And then Tokos, ETCHY, MLBEC. Tokos, ETCHY, MLBEC. All right, and there you go. That's what a discontinuity would look like. So we go to SFO. Arrivals. All right, here's where things get kind of fun. So we're using 228 or 228. 28 right. Bodega for MLBEC. Okay, great. We got that. That's simple. Or so we think. It looks like we're going to just fly down the coast, overfly the airport, and come back in and shoot the approach. That's probably true. But I want to check the bodega real quick. All right, so it's an RNAV from we're coming in from MLBEC. Where is Lotz? Okay. So see how it's going to bring us over the airport, and then we track out 140 probably to OSI Woodside, and then work our way back in to the approach. That's just my thought here. what I'm looking for are, okay, it's not specifying RNAVs. Because sometimes if it says RNAV, it'll actually connect you all the way from SFO, in this case, all the way around the horn back in. So that's why I wanted to look. So real quick, we're at MLBEC. So, you know what? Let's just play nice. ILS, bodega. So we're going to do the ILS. Hang on. I think we're coming in. Okay, when in doubt, pull the chart. Okay, so there's Woodside. See how we're going to come off? That's probably about a 140, 20 miles tops. We'll head over to Eddy or Sidby and turn in, depending if we have ATC or not. Archie is out here. Dumba is right there. And we could actually go to Dumba. It's just a hard turn. Eddy or Sidby. Okay, we're going to do Sidby. All right, and we're coming in MLBEC. All right, so as you read it, Bodega 4, MLBEC, inbound for the ILS 28, and our didn't mean to do that, folks. Sorry. Sidby will be our transition slash via. You know, however you want to say it. I don't know if there is an actual correct term here. All right, so we'll enter. Here we go, MLBEC. Let's get back to our chart. Oh wait, let me Sidby. All right, so now I have all my charts. Okay, now if we look, wow, it kind of left us hanging here. So what we'll do is we'll come down to OSI, come up to Sidby, or we might turn the corner quick. You know the deal. All right, and come in. All depends on ATC. They may tell us to go take a flying leap and come in some other way on the moon. Who knows? It's San Francisco. I don't like ATC a lot down here. And I don't mean to be very critical, but I've had troubles with them. I'm not the only pilot. So MLBEC, Johnny, Big Glow, lots, all looking good. Cork, and then we're going to get the next sort of kind. See how that's going to come off? I'll bet you 20 to 1 it goes very close to OSI, and then we cut over. OSI might be about right here. So, and then Sidby, Seepin, Amuxel, which is actually the first fix on the localizer, and then in, and our mandatory. Okay, and then if we do a missed approach out to VIC-U and hold. And today's alternate is Sacramento. So basically, if we have to go anywhere, folks, it's right up to here. I think that's right up, yeah, right, somewhere right in there is Sacramento. Okay, that all looks good. Now, turn it back to ARC, set your rate that you want. I'm going to do something real quick, a little more. Click, click. All right, next up, RadNav. Looks good. Next up, Perf, and we get rid of charts. All right. Toliss comes with a really good takeoff perf, and here we go. Okay, we're doing 16 left. All we got to do is double check the weather. Okay, I've got 240 at 8, and these are wrong. Usually is. Okay, temperature here is 20. All right, barometric pressure running us at 3003. We got a dry runway. And we're going to go with the air conditioner on. All right, let's see how flexing does. Pretty good. We're going to have 2,500 feet if we run it. So we're going to go with a flex. Hang on a second. Now, I'll be honest, I have not looked to see if there is a profile for Airbuses. I think there is, but I just haven't looked. All right, so uplink. Okay, now to get that quick conversion, guys, since we don't know it, that's 1016. And I'll bet most of them didn't know that either. Them being Europeans. Everyone else but us, because we're about the only area that uses it still. 240 at 8. Hang on, folks. Now 240 diagonal 8. Okay. Now, we are flaps 1, so we don't have to mess with this other than go back and get it. Okay, so here's our numbers. So we have anywhere from 108 to 148. 108, 148. So we'll let it figure it out. So take off. I'm just waiting for it to tell me. All right, we got everybody on board, folks. And receive data. Now, slow your rolls here, folks. I know you just want to go insert go. No. Now, unless you're doing a toga takeoff. This is your data for toga. We're flexing. Matter of fact, we're flexing this at 73. So here you click flex. 73, 148, 148, 150, 1/-down 2 works for me. Now insert, and now you have it set up to flex. I did that once. That's why I said slow down and take your time here, and you'll be able to get right on it. All right, and that, folks, matter of fact, let me check black box real quick. I always like to see some of, he has a few. He is mostly European. However, with his new type rating, he may find himself in more U.S. areas, and he is. I really like his stuff, folks. If you want to check him out, he's got a great stream. But more importantly, this website you go to, us Airbus drivers can take this data and put it into the thrust reductions and acceleration and engine out. Thrust, acceleration, pick your runway. All right, so we're looking at 1440. I'll point out a couple other real quick things here. Oh, both of them 1440. Okay. And then engine out for 16 left, 1900. All right, a few other things that come up for you folks, transition levels, especially when you're in Europe, folks. It's a good start. ATC, of course, will drive it some way other than what you want, but it's a good start. Also gives you some landing distances. Granted, it's in meters. That's my only, unless he's got a way to switch it, but I don't see it. So you got to deal with that. But other than that, folks, he's got engine out procedures, all of that great stuff. It really helps. The only thing he doesn't have are the charts. So, but here gives you a lot of information. So, like 16 left's a Cat 3 approachable runway, so is center, so is right. However, North hops, they're Cat 1. I didn't know that. So, anyway, it's a great site. Check that, link out. And with this filled out, folks, that means we're ready, just about ready to go. Not bad in 40 minutes. Last but not least, let's get the LS on. Okay. And VOR. Okay, coming into the middle. Now too far into the middle. There we go. Speeds managed, headings managed, and our initial climb, just in case, is assigned by ATC. So with that in mind, let's take her up to 37,000 feet. All right, blah. Okay, brake fans off, anti-skids on, gears down, 3 green, moving down to the middle. Radios are almost ready to go, and we'll be getting a squawk code more than likely. Multi-scan on your radio and GCS can be turned on. Do not turn the rest on in the real world. Sim world, to sim people, there's sim people. So, and then finally, with your client, make sure you're set up properly. TX, RX on your primary, and you're set up properly. Right now, I'm not, but I will be with a click. Oh, excuse me, getting the hiccups. Right, spoilers down. Oh, excuse me. Flaps up, parking brake set. And folks, we're ready to go. And since I am alpha testing for somebody, let me do my due diligence. I do have one thing. Now, I've heard rumors. Okay, I'm going to explain what I'm alpha testing here. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Well, we don't have this airplane, obviously. It's brand new to the fleet for me. November 922VA, and it's a A21 November. And then we'll get a pretty picture of the airplane, maybe. November 9. There it is. Well, that would be correct since Alaska bottom. Incorrect for the flight. All right. But anyway, what I'm beta test or alpha testing, sorry, alpha. This is the first time I've ever alphaed anything, folks. So, and I've actually found, I'm now finding things that kind of annoy me with it. The problem is I am so entrenched in SimToolkit that it's, people tell me it's better. I'm like, no, so far SimToolkit is still better. So before you all yell at me, you're supposed to tell them what's wrong. I plan to. I told a guy who asked me to put my name in the hat, I will be open-minded. And he's trying to tell me all these great things. I'm like, SimToolkit already does that. No, it doesn't. And then he watched and went, oh, and it does that, and it does, yeah, it does a lot, folks. So, and I'm sorry, they're comparing it to Volanta. Volanta's not even as good as SimToolkit, and you guys pay for that, or for a lot of it. So, but anyway, long story short, that's what I'm doing. All right, and finally, before we get into the pushback here, folks, we got a few more days on this. I think into next week with the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. Folks, you all have been stellar in helping them out. And I have been remiss in just putting that up there. So I'm getting it placed up there right now. Hang on a second. I got one more piece to my overlay. There we go. Actually, two. Oh, where is it? Where? Oh, where? There it is. All right, there we go. All right, so folks, the organization, the Naval Marine Corps Relief. Hang on a second. I sometimes hate my screens. Dun 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 dun. All right. The Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, what they're all about, folks. And again, we're about a third of the way into our $2,000 goal. They help Naval Marine Corps personnel. And now, mind you, Marine Corps could be battle hardened. Transfer from that environment, the Navy takes them to where they go. Most of the time, the Air Force is used as well, but gets these guys helps them to first get through whatever they've been through there in the battlefields, helps them show them what they can use in the civilian world so they can transition back into what I call the civilian world. Oh, excuse me, folks. Um, Great things. They'll help them with helping them to find what talents they have that companies out in the real civilian world are looking for. They'll help them monetarily if need be, and physically and mentally as well. There's a lot that goes on, especially with those two branches. Now, I'm not belittling the Army. They're just not part of this organization. They actually have their own stuff. You got this big umbrella called the VA. And I'm here to tell you, folks, troops fall through the cracks left and right all the time. However, you get these other organizations up and going, Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, they find those who fell through the cracks and help them out, especially Navy, Marine, Coasties. I don't want to leave you out. I believe you're part of it too because you are on the water. So that's what they're here for. What we're asking of you folks, myself, flying with Mike here, Duluth Fly, last I heard, was part of this. I can't speak for his stream. Um, and we're teaming up with the DCS, and that's Digital Combat Sim, folks. Very realistic combat simulator. Um, a group there called CVW 20. It's oddly enough a naval squadron. Um, and we're raising money. Again, $2,000 for them. What we're asking you to do is, hey, folks, pick up those cushions on your couch, pick up your bed mattress, look under your car seat, your passenger car seat, look in between the seats, and look wherever you stash papers and all when you go through Mickey Donald World. Um, I'm sure you're going to find some money. You didn't know you had it before, so why not donate it to these men and women who served our country and help them transition from that world? Some may be retiring, and praise God they are. That is awesome. And some may do like I did, 4 years, 8 years, 10 years, and just had enough and get out. They need the help, folks. And they help protect your rights that we sometimes abuse quite nastily here. So, especially in this season of elections, That we're not getting into. So help them out, folks. The links are on the screen. Help them out. We would really, here at Flying with Mike, love for you to join in. So, by the way, folks, just a little tidbit. We're still 12 minutes under a normal time for us ready to push back. Not bad. Almost cold and dark. All right, hang on. We still got a couple steps to go. Let's get this thing filed. Then we're going to kick the tires and light the fires. You knew that had to be coming after that, folks. Come on, and if you didn't, welcome to Flying with Mike. This must be your first time. All right, so we're just putting in our numbers, especially with the weather as cruddy as it is down in San Francisco. Okay, and yep, that's a good time. Let's do it. Filed. Connecting. We are going to be, you're going to love this call sign. I'm going to double check it just to make sure. VRD1741. Believe it goes by Redwood. And there's our squawk code. It's 7457. 7457. I want to check just to be careful. Virgin America. Airlines Redwood. Yep, it is Redwood. All right, so we are ready to go, folks. We are up and running on the ACARS system, correct? Yes, we are. Departing from stand Bravo 10. That is so way off. Let's do it. Let's see what I know what we have to do. Go here. Auto, auto, auto. For now, head up top. Okay, Go-Pilot is signaling the ground crew. We're off the ground power. And I think they're just about away. We're waiting. We're waiting. There we go. And doors are closed. Oh, I never pulled the jetway up. Oh well. And let's close the main door. Now the cool thing with these in auto, folks, now for the main door and the baggage, they're going to kick in San Francisco and work just like they do on the 319 to 320 Neo and the 321 Neos from Toliss. And last but not least, what is the SeaTAC here? .CTAF KSEA survey says 119.0. Is that right? 11900? Boom. Here we go. Better pushback. Where are you?
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
All right, folks, this is what better pushback can do. Now, the pushback that comes with these aircraft, that's about all you'll get out of them. Here's what we can do. And then we'll go here. Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me try something else. Let me look at the area first. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. For some reason, I thought I could do a little easier, but nope.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
All right. Beacons on. Unfortunately, he's going to pop out of the building somewhere. Now, all we got to do is release chocks. Oh boy.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
All right, we're going to get rid of those chocks. Otherwise, you won't move, folks. All right, and we're just waiting to push back.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Final checks, purser switching on, okay. Everything, oh, yeah, what's our altimeter again? First, let's go here, 3003. 3003. Seattle traffic, Redwood, 1791, gate Alpha 2, pushing back.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
We can take our time because it's going to take a little bit. Oh, no, wait. Stand by. Disregard that with these leaps. We may need to get them going quicker. Okay, so click them over. Don't see the word cooling yet. Yes, so, on the Pratt & Whitney's for sure, when you fly the Neo, you'll get up to a minute and a half. I've seen it a little longer on cooling, so it always behooves to get started quickly. All right, let's put this one clear and F plan. But again, we want to say thank you and for coming aboard, being a part of Flying with Mike. There'll only be the one flight today, folks, but I hope you enjoy the flight down to San Francisco. And don't forget about our friends there in the Naval Marine Corps Relief Society, folks. They could really use your hand. That's the second overlay at the top. Above that is the ERAVE, which is the group I'm alpha testing. I haven't been told. I'm not, that we can't talk. So I'll get more information going about that here shortly. Also, speaking of things kind of going on, a few more days of this, and I can't remember. Let me see if I've got the email real quick. With Twitch, subscribing got a little better for the next few days. Here we go. Until August 19th, folks. If you subscribe, you will also receive one Twitch sub equals 3 months of Apple TV. That's right, 3 months. So, looks like that one's good. Let's go ahead, crank up number 1. So, really good deal they got going for you, folks. So, if you're looking for, hey, Robo, what's up? Welcome in. If you're looking for ad-free viewing, folks, awesome, you got the job. That is sweet. Good job, man. Congratulations. Congrats. Is that the certificate you sent me, or is a different job?
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Brake set. But anyway,
And we're disconnected.
if you
Just
sub,
a moment.
folks, you'll get ad-free viewing and some extra emotes. But the big thing is the ad-free viewing. So, and on top of it, until August 19th, 3 months of Apple TV. Not a bad gig. Oh, very congratulations, at ABM. Awesome. That is just awesome to hear, sir. Glad to hear you got the job. Okay, we are spooled up. Timer on. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta wait on the good old SITA badge. I remember doing those things. All right, so.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
APU bleed off. Okay, spoilers down, flaps 1. And by the way, folks, here's your flap gauge if you're looking for it right here on your display. Pitch trim. Now, this is one thing I think Airbus did a really good job on. All right, first off, click your FCTL. It actually says it on the switch here, folks. Pull up this. So you're wanting your pitch trim to say down 0.2. Look at that. You can blow it up if you want. I just screwed it up because there we go. All right. Down 0.2. Okay, put it back. And then the other thing I do here, folks, is my flight control check. For some reason, with my Logitech / SeaTAC flight control system, I have to do this or endure spikes in the when I move it left or right or up or down, it'll spike, and it really, man, on final approach, if you've forgotten it, ooh, that can be rough. All right, and one more time around the horn. All right, we're ready to go. APU master off. Slides. Yeah, you can arm the slides here, folks, or tell them to, but you don't hear the announcement. Nose wheel light, parking brake. All right, we're ready to go. Parking timer on. Taxi lights on. And brakes, flight controls, auto brakes to max, and we're ready to go. And Seattle traffic, Redwood, 1791 taxi to 16 left. Okay, and terrain radar on. Radar's coming on. Predictive wind shears on, and one touch of the reset button for the rudder trim. Here we go. Oh, yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll go with arm up, and here we go. Parking brake off. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, and the aircraft passed the test. All right, folks, how about that? We're moving at just under an hour from almost. I mean, we had some of it already started, so that's, I just dropped the initial pre-flight stuff that I did, and was already well into the checklist. The hard part's always making sure we got the right SIDS and stars from SimBrief for the flight. All right, and I don't even know if there's anyone else here. I haven't checked. I know there isn't controllers, and I'm not hearing any traffic on the common traffic, so that would lend me to believe no one's here. We're going to go all the way out here to Bravo. Why get all hung up with aircraft pushing back? All right, there's where you folks have to call the tower, the movement control line. Can't be out on this part of the taxiway without talking to ground. However, Whiskey, you could. Now, I don't know if that's real world ops or not, but that's how they've got it marked here, so. So that's why, like, when I was at New Orleans a few weeks ago, I was able to push taxi up to, and then as soon as I got to the line, make the call for taxi. Because you're in the non-movement area, whereas here you're in the movement area. All right, let me get some things set up while we do this. So I hope y'all had a great weekend. Hope went the way you wanted. You stayed safe, obviously, if you're still here. And we're glad to have you aboard. We had a great time at the fair Friday and Saturday. For me, a lot of people go up on Sundays as well. I kind of had enough. Actually got a little overheated on Saturday. So nothing to where medical people were needed, but I knew the heat was kicking my butt. All right. Right over here is the North Terminal, as I understand this airport. North Satellite. Alaska now has it. They gobbled up a couple airlines and grew. So think they're in the works of trying to get Hawaiian. Or the other way around. I don't know. I can't really imagine Hawaiian being able to, but hey, who'd ever thought America West would be the one to buy out American? After they bought out U.S. Airways. Who'd have thought? It's a long taxi, folks. Unfortunately, the airport is the way they set it up. It would have been better if the terminals were more centrally located, but you know, you got to just deal with what you got. The third runway, I actually prefer that for landing, by the way, folks. Man, it sounds like somebody's right on my aircraft. I don't see anyone. Okay. And Tower Redwood 1791 will be ready to go at the end. Oh, 1741, my bad. 1741. All right, let's final checks here, folks. All right, transponder TARA. Brake temperatures look good. Runway and turn-off lights are ready to be turned off, and we're ready to go. If we could just get on down here. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. When Virgin America went out, I was reading an article on them. 37 destinations. I think it said 2 were overseas, maybe 3, or international, I guess would be the better word. Little up and coming airline that just COVID, like a lot of them, did a number on them. And Seattle traffic, Redwood 1741 departing, 16 left. Again, remember, folks, just like Unicom, common traffic frequencies do not give you clearances, IFR clearances. You get that from a center. Nor will they clear you. Nobody's going to come on and say, clear for takeoff. Unless they're playing on the radio. Alright, let's line up. Then you're seeing part of the reasons I actually prefer the other runway. Okay, hang on. Timers, 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 folks. Clear, clear, clear. All right, here we go. 50%. Flex. Okay, we're green SRS runway, blue climb nav. Airspeed's alive. Pilot's still alive. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gears up. And we'll just go ahead, turn that autopilot on. Again, folks, real quick look out the window. You get a nice shot of Rainier, I think, and other volcanoes out there. All right, let's get back to flying. Well, hang on. Okay, set the power. Thrust climb. And basically, folks, Airbuses are notches. So, and then in that notch, you'll watch the throttles automatically set you up. Okay, after takeoff checks, we're past S speed. Flaps are indeed coming up and down. We're on our way, folks. Flaps are up. Nice shot of the sound with cloud cover on the other side. The valley here in Seattle as we make the turn for Harbo on the Harbor 6 departure. For those military enthusiasts, McChord Air Force Base and Fort Lewis, I think it is, right off here on the Sound. I think, are we going to actually fly over it? I can't remember. We're going to be close. So, as we climb out, but yeah, it's just in this vicinity here. Just for those of you interested in the military. Think if it's going to be anywhere, folks, more down into this area. C-17 base, just so y'all, those curious. Anyway, we're on our way. Yes, sometimes I play the part of a tour guide, sometimes the part of a pilot, and sometimes loose nut behind the stick. I don't, hey, welcome aboard, folks. We try to have a good time here. We got beautiful flight conditions. We're looking at about 2-hour fly time. So really beautiful. It looks beautiful right now. We have marginal weather down in San Francisco. Could burn off by the time we get there, or maybe in place. We'll see. That's what Autoland was made for. Okay, we're through 10,000, so let's get the lights off. Let them in the back know. And let's see, anything else we need to be doing? Let me check down here. Spoilers are indeed not armed, and flaps are up. And we're on our way, folks. Squawking 7457, I believe. Let me double check. 7457. And we're on our way, folks. And you'll notice the time. Right now, we're at an hour and 30 minutes. Just dropped from 2 hours like that, folks. Man, didn't you, where'd that 30 minutes go? They really do say time flies as you get older. Hell, we are flying. Time's right next to us. All right, folks. So we're on our way. Again, I'm glad y'all are here. Thank you. I'm glad y'all had great weekends. And hopefully your work week's starting off on a good note. And for those of you lucky enough across the pond over in Europe that are already home, good night. We thank you for being here. All right, folks, on we go. I'm going to get some music keyed up here, and we'll just kind of enjoy the ride towards Frisco. And if the music's too loud, too soft, now we're not here for a rock concert, folks, but we can crank it up a little or back it down as needed. Enjoy the ride, folks. Transition 1,000 feet away. All right, folks, we are at cruise altitude. We've already done our first system check, got our fuel in balance. I'm going to check something here, folks. I found this a couple days ago and then saw it in a video. I want to see what is on the side. It's hard to read, but yeah, that's the compass, folks. Magnetic, that is. All right, well, we're in cruise. We got about an hour to go, folks, hour 13 minutes. So I hope y'all can sit back, relax, enjoy. We don't have any in-flight games anymore, Stream Raiders. We just two things. One, I didn't really get the game. I get it. It's just a every 30-minute break your mind up to play it, but I really couldn't figure the game out, and that's mainly why it's gone. And two, really wasn't attracting people as the billing was given. So that's why Stream Raiders didn't continue on out of Viewer Appreciation Month. First off, also on that note, thank you all. What a month we had in July. I just want to thank you all. Again, that month was dedicated to everyone who supports the channel. Just an amazing turnout during the time frame, both Twitch and YouTube. And wow. And then to cap it all off, we've got this great charity we're raising money with CVW-20, a digital combat sim squadron. For the Naval Marine Corps Relief Society, folks. Dig under your couch, your chairs, your driver's seat, passenger seats. Look in your car. You're going to find money just laying around usually, folks. And you didn't know it was there? Why not give to a worthwhile cause? Every penny actually does count. They help support the seaward military personnel from the Navy, Marines, obviously in the name, and I would bet Coast Guard, to transition out of that world of the military into the civilian world. It is sometimes difficult, both mentally and physical for some of these folks, let alone just the daunting task of now what do I do? That's where these great people step in. With your help, folks, you can help them, help them find a place to live, help them find jobs, just help them who helped you to have your rights that you have, to have your freedoms that we so badly take for granted sometimes in this country. So, folks, take a little time, look in your car. Car has definitely got some money somewhere. I already saw some that I didn't even realize was in mine. So, folks, give what you can. They really would appreciate it. All right, folks, and we've also, I know I've been a little remiss in putting a flight schedule up. I have flight schedules up, both in Discord. If you just click here, that'll bring you over to our Discord channel. Great invite there. Plus, right down at the bottom of the Twitch screen, folks, you'll see in the About area our upcoming flights for the week. Think you might enjoy some of them. I enjoy flying them for y'all, and glad that y'all check us out and come in and have a great time here. And add to all of that, folks, if you subscribe between now and August 19th, you get 3 months of Apple TV. Twitch is going to throw that in on top of your subscription. One subscription, 3 months of Apple TV. I'm not going to parse it out any further than that. That's all the information I have. One sub, 3 months free. So, don't have a lot to say about Apple TV. I kind of wished I had it a few months ago when the mighty 8th Air Force was on there with, oh, what the heck was the actual name of the movie? Basically, what that episode series was. If y'all are familiar with the Band of Brothers, what a series Tom Hanks put together with Steven Spielberg, then backed it up. I wasn't a huge fan of the show Pacific, but it was really good too. Well, the one I and I wondered how they'd attack it. And how do you take a Band of Brothers style show, turn it into the mighty 8th Air Force? Folks, one bomber goes down. That's 10 people in a B-17 or a B-24. Obviously less in the smaller ones. But that's a lot of people, folks, and that makes it even harder to follow. I figured, well, maybe they'll do another Memphis Belle or Hell's Angels. By the way, the reason I bring those two up is there is still argument today which bomber actually crossed the finish line for the minimum, the number of missions completed to go home. So, but yeah, I gotta look it up, folks. It's bugging the you know what out of me. Masters of the Air. Just I can't even imagine how you build a storyline off the oh my gosh, just what those guys went through, especially when they first boots on the ground in 1942 until the P-51 entered the arena. I mean, don't get me wrong, the P-47, the Spitfires, the Typhoons, all of those and the Hawkers were great, but they all had one problem. At some point, the bombers lose their fighter escort. Even the Tuskegee men, granted, they came in with their aircraft, again, could only carry them so far until the Mustang arrived. And that's when things turned and helped them guys out a lot. So, great show. Again, subscribe. You get 3 months. You might be able to watch, binge on it. Yay, 3 months. So, like I said, interesting stories. Got a notification on my Bible app, and I couldn't read it. Well, I'll find it, dig it up. All right, folks, we'll enjoy the ride. Right now, standing at about an hour to San Francisco, and hope you all enjoy the ride. All right, folks, we're still here. Let's take a look and see what the territory looks like off to the east. Beautiful, beautiful up here in the northwest. And then you get California. Yeah, you can't have it all. Well, anyway, welcome aboard, folks. Hope you all enjoy the ride. A321 Redwood 1741. One of the few A321 Neos they had prior to the Alaska Airways buyout. Or Alaska Airlines, sorry. I ran an airline called Alaska Airways. Virtual. Yep, and the cadet is speaking. So I will be watching the chat room, but yeah, chat away, folks. Love to hear how your weekends went. We're about just under an hour to San Francisco. Portland Tower looks like it's up. Just double check. Yeah, Portland Tower is it for now. All right, a lot can happen in an hour, folks, so stay tuned. All right, folks, welcome back. And again, glad to have y'all aboard, and hope y'all enjoy the ride. We are raising money for the um, Naval Marine Naval Marine Corps Relief Society, and folks, appreciate how much you all have given to date. We've got a $2,000 number right now, and I think we're about a third or a fourth of the way there. So that is outstanding, folks. Thank you so much for the generosity. But we're still shooting for that 2,000 mark. So look for that little loose change money. You'd be shocked sometimes what you find lying around that you just never knew lied around. Those folks could really use the support monetarily, just to help these veterans of the Naval and Marine Corps transition from the water side of the military back into the civilian world. So check them out. We're teamed up with CVW20, a DCS Digital Combat Sim group, to raise the money along with Duluth Fly. All right, so, and one last thing to point out to y'all, and I don't like um, asking for subscriptions, but Twitch has an offer out there this month till the 19th. One Twitch sub equals 3 months of Apple TV. Pretty good deal there, folks. One Twitch sub equals 3 Apple TV subs, or 3 months of Apple TV. Again, until August 19th. So check it out. And then we've got the big one coming next month. So, but for now, hey, something to think about, folks. If there's things over, if you're not even sure what Apple TV is, here's a way to find out after your 30 days of free. To start with, you get 3 months right off the bat. So, something to think about. Like I said, I don't normally push subbing, but in this case, it's a worthwhile endeavor. Folks, when you sub a channel, you get ad-free viewing on their channel, plus the emotes, the extra emotes. So, not a bad gig at all, folks. So, something to think about. You got till the 19th when the deal ends. So, all right, well, we're continuing on. We are about halfway. We're getting to the halfway mark. So let's get back in the cockpit here. And let's take a look at this arrival. We did a little bit of that there on the ground in Seattle. But let's get a little more in depth here, shall we? All right, I'm just getting charts pulled up, folks. Here we go. All right, so the charts are up. Basically, we're going to be flying the Bodega for arrival off of MLBEC transition. All right, so I brought the chart in here. This is available for the runway 1 arrivals as well as the 28s. We're coming in on the 28s. Hang on, let me clear this weather out. Let's see what we got in the San Francisco area. Now, with NavGraph charts, folks, you get, in the U.S. at least, the ATIS real world. So now VATSIM's up, you would get them. Pilot's Edge, you get. But so the real world right now, as of an hour and 1 minute, so they're a little behind. Still calling runway 28 in the ones. All right. Let's go ahead, see if the METAR's is not much better. All right, so 300 at 15, 10 miles visibility. Few clouds at 200, scattered 1100, and we're no longer marginal. So we should be able to fly a visual approach. Should is the key word there. And then I've got it set up so you can see how it breaks down. 300 at 15, 10 miles visibility. Here's your clouds. These are the base. VFR pilots very, very cognizant to this stuff. We are too, because when it hits broken and overcast, well, not me. Correction, I am a private pilot, so we're very cognizant of it. But when you get into the levels of instrument commercial ATP, which is what airlines are, yeah, you really hone in on broken, overcast, because if any of these said broken or overcast, ooh, it's a whole different ball game into Seattle, or San Francisco, sorry. 17 degrees Celsius there, and 29.99. Now, we're not like a Boeing where we can, or the 737, preset that altimeter setting, but, you know, it doesn't take much. And if you're ever curious what these numbers and letters are after remark, some of them get translated for you down here. What is going on, Miss Cadet? Oh, she won't let me roll. What do you expect me to do at 4 months? It's okay, kiddo. Poor kid. I want to fly the plane. All right, so there you go with the weather. Okay, now coming in, we'll come in on the MLBEC to Lozit. So it's 280 at or above 29,000. Johnny, 280 again. These are at. These are not, you get the, well, I just don't like 280. I want to do 400. No, you got to be at, or the maximum of 280 means you've got that, wherever you want to be below it. So, but you got an altitude restriction, 24,000 to 28. BG Glow. 23,000 to 19. Lozit, 16,000 to 1,400. Cork at 11,000 at 250. And then we overfly the airport at 11,000. Come off SFO VOR on the 140 radial, and then we'll transition over to our approach. All right. Now, I know we have a lot of guys training, so I like to show the JEPI chart. Hang on a second. What is the problem back here, Miss Cranky?
Oh, that's definitely not the answer.
kid. All right, so you can see, folks, the frequencies here for the D-ATIS, digital ATIS, NorCal Tower ground. All right, Boeing guys, 111.7, you'd have to set. It's automatically done in the bus. Plus the heading of 284. Axmal, we made mention of this. That is our final approach fix. 1,800 feet, 1,787 feet above the ground. Just so you know, it's the same location in the sky. It's just, are we reading it from sea level or from the ground level? Decision altitudes today. 213 off the altimeter. 200 off the radar altimeter. That's the difference here. Altimeter. You all know this gauge, folks. It's right here. What we're showing 40 feet off for some reason. I don't know why. Let's go ahead first, turn that off, put that on that. All right, so 213 here as we're descending will trigger minimums. 200 right here will trigger minimums. Guess what? Same altitude in the sky, folks. It's just, again, we reading it from sea level or ground level. More easily to understand when you go into places like Vegas, Denver, Bogota. We've got some fun ones for you this month or this week, folks. Pasta. I got to look at the name of it again. That I am looking forward to. Might want to brush up on that approach, folks. That is coming. So those are higher levels. So you'll get to see how their differences. So, and then you can see we're 13 feet above sea level at the airport to start with. Hence, oh, look at that. Missed approach guidelines out to VICU at 3,000, and we hold. Okay, and the special instructions, if any, for the airport, there are some, like your PAPIs and your ILS guidance may differ when you look at them. Okay, so we're going to come in off of 140, and we're going to go to SIDB to be at or above 3,000. Now, how do I know that? Well, this is your minimum en route altitude, 3,000. EDB, 5 miles back, is a mandatory 6,000. So you're going to be descending to CPIN at 3,000. That's why I'm saying we'll probably be at or around 3,000. Slowing up for the approach so that when we join it, 12 miles out, we'll be beginning to get configured for landing so that by Axmal we are configured 7 miles out. Drop down to 1,800 feet or on the glide path, however you want to do it. So that way you're here at 1,800 feet on the glide slope, descending in for the runway. Times down here let you know we'll probably be right at about 2 minutes, 19 seconds, 743 feet a minute if the glide slopes out. Okay, we got a full array of lights, ALSIF 2s, PAPIs on the left. Again, we're on the far right runway. So we'll have to cross 28 left to get to our gates, which are Terminal 3. Oddly enough, when we fly for Pan Am, same area. Okay, now the minimums that our METARs have to say, folks. 10 minutes ago, change. cloud base for broken or overcast. The lowest one, broken or overcast, has to be above 200 feet. So it has to say BKN or OVS or OVC 002 or higher. If not, we look to do the category 2 or 3. Also, we have to have at least a half-mile visibility or an RVR of 18. And if we have NOTAMs to the effect that the rest of this is, we have to abide by those. Okay? Again, that's all real-world stuff, folks. We'll be coming in. We'll couple up on the ILS till we definitely see the runway, and then I'll probably take over and land it. We'll see how the flight transitions. All right, but there's your chart information. Now let's get over here. Bring in our speeds. This is what I wish the takeoff. You notice there's no METAR. Here, there is one. The latest METAR came out at 2056. Hey, same information. So 317, 16 degrees Celsius, 2998. And nothing to the effect saying wet runway. That would fall in your ATIS. And nothing in the ATIS. Okay, so full air conditioning on. We got 11,000 feet. Yeah, let's see how far. Yeah, 5,000 feet down an 11,000 foot runway. So, looking at our chart, we're going to get a... Wait, I'm looking the wrong way. I'm looking at the ones. We're going to make Echo, which will put us right into Terminal 3. If not, we'll come back and make it. All right, so we're planning 137. Let's call it 140, folks. That way we have those numbers we wrote off. There you go, folks. The approach brief. We're ready. Currently now... How far out is top of descent? 138 miles. So, folks, put in your predictions. Oops. Very simple. It's just like you see on the screen. Exclamation mark, predict, a space, and a negative. Negative number, folks. Put a positive one in. You might get it, but it will say you didn't. Looks like about 30 minutes, folks. 30. We'll be in descent here shortly at about 90 to 80 miles out of top of descent. We'll set the information for the McDo. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and update it right now with cruise winds. Alright, so access wind data, request. And that just updates the wind information in here. We'll do it again as we're descending. So we'll also do a system check here real quick, folks. All we're doing is looking over our... watching our screen here and using the all button to go through each system, making sure everything is decent? If not, what procedures do we need to get going? Bleed, cabin pressure, electric, all looking good. Hydraulics, good. Fuel, balanced. Nothing on the EPU other than the fact that we see that it's off. Okay, it's now 75 degrees in the cabin. That should make a lot of people happy. 68 up front here where the sun is. All right, now, yeah, it tells you slides, but what we're more concerned with is the oxygen tanks. Make sure they're plentiful in case we have to use it. And these oxygen tanks are just for the cockpit. What are they called? Anyway, there's a different system that provides oxygen in the event of a decompression in the cabin. Oxygen generators. There we go. Okay, wheel covers are up. Alright, and then just as a general look over, real quick, highlights, but the other stuff gets a little bit more in depth. Again, thanks for taking some time out today to spend it with Flying with Mike. We sure appreciate you. Hope you all enjoy, and got about 30 or so minutes till we arrive, according to our timers. About 100 miles, top of descent. All right, folks, we're at the 80-mile mark. So, what we'll do is we'll pull this up, head over here, hit next phase, and just to make sure we're all on the same page, that's ATIS. Hang on, we need METAR. 23 minutes ago, it's 2056. Cool. All right, so Q and H, you got to put it in the same way you see it here. So it's 29.98. Temperature 16. And our winds 300 at 17. All right, so here's where we get into the number issue. All right, so we are looking at, now I watched a video on this, which one to use and when. Now, whether it's accurate or not, that I don't know, but I like the way they went. Category 1 normal ILS. That's what this is right here, folks. Not the Category 1 special aircraft. I think it's the Category 1 approach, which is your normal. Okay. Our minimums are set at the bottom of the page. 213 for the altimeter, 200 for the radar altimeter. Now, what they were saying in the video is they will use the barrow, so the bold, for that. Now, when they go to Category 2, 3, I want to say they said RNAV. Don't quote me on that last part of that, folks. But they would then use the radio. So we'll just put 213, click it, and you're gonna find out as we get minimums. If you look right at the bottom of the primary flight display PFD, it'll say 200 at the same time. Okay. All right, so looking at this, our approach speed is, just like we saw here, 137, 132 for landing. Full landing configuration 3. Oh, we're doing a full 4. Full flaps. All right, now the other big thing about this plane, folks, and I don't know if it's told, I'm pretty much from a couple of real world Airbus pilots, Black Box being one. We talked about him earlier in pre-flight, as well as V1. Don't hit activate approach phase until you have clicked in here and are controlling your speed. Otherwise, it slows it to the F speed, which was 148. You drag it in till you take it over. Tacos, we just went over. Tacos. Okay, folks, and we are an hour and 15 minutes since we released the brakes on the runway in Seattle. You can definitely see the clouds still lingering there in the Bay Area. So enjoy the music a little longer, folks. We're going to be killing it here soon, so we can make the arrival here. descent checks. Landing elevation, auto. Arrivals in, performance is in. And we'll hit top of descent winds here in a moment. 20 miles out, we can begin setting our top of descent, which we'll go ahead and start now. Hang on, I'm just going to kill the music now. Kill the music. All right, so we got the music turned off, and we are readying for an arrival into San Francisco, the Bay Area. Okay. Initial descent starts us off at or above 29,000. So what I like to do is set it so if it does come down steeper, it won't go below 29,000. And then at that point, folks, I will turn the seatbelts on and wing lights. All right, top of descent about 23 miles out. So we can at any time now push and start our descent. The other big thing to note, I haven't tried it in this one, but below 230, right now that's where our green dot speed is. You can put flaps in 1 notch. Any more, you will overspeed them. And maintenance has to do their check. A troll. All right, and we're going to start our descent. And what is the question you have there, sir? Lost where you were up here now. All right, let's get this thing going. Down we go. Oh, all right, well, he's already gone. Thank you, Mr. Duluth. We appreciate you. All right, let me see how we're doing on the descent here. All right, so we're coming down here, folks. MLBEC. And we're definitely going to be above 29,000. All right, where are we here? Charts. Next up, 24. All right, folks, and before we get too deep into this approach, let me bring up that we are still raising money for the Navy Marine Corps Relief Society. You can really help this worthwhile organization. I know a lot of people think the VA does it all. Well, things fall through the crack with them. And it's these other little organizations out there, namely one of them, Navy Marine Corps Relief Society, that steps in and helps this niche, these seaward military personnel, men and women, helping them come from their expertises in the military and helping them transition to the civilian world that we all enjoy. Well, try to at least. Um, Along the way, some of these folks have been through combat. Some of these have seen a lot of stuff, folks, that even some of the worst neighborhoods in this country have never seen. And they kind of step in, help them transition both mentally and sometimes physically, along with helping them in finding simple things like jobs, affordable housing, even some can at times help them monetarily make that transition. So, folks, a really, really worthwhile organization. Look for that money. Folks, I know if you pull your couch covers, cushions up, you're going to find some under your drivers and passenger seats, maybe more. Heck, you might even have little secret hiding spots that you didn't even know in your car. Folks, that little bit of money can help these folks out a lot to help those who protect us. So why don't you think about it? Give a little bit. We're about a quarter to a third of the way there to our $2,000 goal mark. Hope you all can help us out. All right, so let's see how far we've gotten. Big O. Uh-oh, we're a little behind on the descent. We should be heading for 19. And there she goes. I was going to say I may have to help it. All right, we're going to plan low on the brakes. Yeah, sorry folks, not Southwest Airlines here where we stick them to max and stick our feet out to get it stopped in 10 feet. And you smack the seat in front of you with your head. Oh, man. Okay, we're still hanging at 280. That's good. We're in the corridor there for this one. And we're going to go ahead and set 14,000. Always helps to turn the dial the right way. All right, Lazet, 16 to 14,000. That should be makeable. And then we set 11,000 for crossing SFO. You can kind of see that valley cloudiness below us. Uh-oh, we got something up here. Hang on. Okay, 2998 set. Make sure our seatbelts are on. All right. Okay, lights are set and ready. Not sure if we got NorCal approach up or not yet, folks. Yeah, we do. I'm not sure if they're controlling SFO or not. We'll find out. Well, we'll be flying over them anyway, so it doesn't matter. 124. Let's just do a couple things here. All right. And next up, after Lozit, we said 11,000, I believe. Yep. And 250. All right, let me get my frequencies set up here. 124.525 in case. Which I kind of think they're going to want to talk to me. And then we'll be ready for SFO. All right. Really curious about this. Okay, there's 11,250. All right, there's SFO, folks. All right, our next one I want to come down to is 6,000. Oh yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of aircraft down here, but still no one from NorCal. Wow. All right, start our descent. Okay, here's where we start into that section where the flight discontinuity is over here, folks. And we start working our way to Sidby, sorry. Okay, let's get some speed brakes going again. Okay, 10,000 feet, folks. Okay, we're on approach. Okay, let me get the speed brakes pulled in. Okay, LS constraints. LS constraints. Let's go through it real quick. All right, distract, okay, RNAV checked, and IGWQ, that is the correct frequency. All right. All right, folks, we are turning for the runway. Okay, I guess we're on common traffic, so we're going 120. He's not talking to me, so 120, 500. Make sure I read that right. Yep. San Francisco traffic, Redwood, 1741 Sidby, inbound 28 right ILS.
San Francisco traffic, United 5803, pushing back from stand Echo 12 onto Alpha.
San Francisco traffic, Lufthansa 455 heavy, pushing till right onto Bravo, sir.
And we got the runway in sight already, folks. Okay, we should be picking up the localizer here anytime. Go ahead and throw us on approach. Glide slope's not far behind, slowing to 180. Actually, yeah, 180. Speed brakes. Flaps 1. All right, folks, we are lined up. Leave with the runway. Be always careful. You never know, but that should be a taxiway. That should be a runway, taxiway. Okay, we're going to need speed brakes. And the landing gear. And San Francisco traffic, Redwood 1741, short final, two-way right.
San Francisco traffic, United 5803, taxi to 1 left via Alpha, Mike 1.
And San Francisco traffic, Redwood, 1741 off 28 right to Terminal 3.
San Francisco traffic, Lufthansa 455 Heavy going to be taxiing to runway 28 left departure via Bravo 1 and Foxtrot San Francisco traffic, and we're going to wait for the A320 to come to the Terminal 3.
United 5803, lining up runway 1 left for takeoff.
Welcome to San Francisco, folks. Yeah, I have to reset my window. I thought it was okay the way it was, but it's definitely too high. Much better. Okay. All right, let's get into the shutdown here, folks, so we can call it. Okay. Okay, unlock, flaps, spoilers in. Just making sure I didn't miss anything. Flaps are up, spoilers down, APUs running, terrains off, brake check. Oh, looks like we did pretty good with the brakes too. Good deal. All right, let's call it, folks. Let's see. Let's get the bleed on. And there we have it, folks. All right. Let's take a. Let me look at the airline here.
San Francisco traffic, Lufthansa 455 heavy, crossing one left, crossing one right, San Francisco.
Nice. Let's see if that's what I actually turned. Oh, wait a minute. That's my average. Today into San Francisco. I've got 250 points. Landed at 143 feet a minute. Oh, we'll take it, take it, take it. All right. So that is awesome. All right, folks, so let's bring Sim Toolkit in here. Look at it. Yeah, I'm doing a lot here. Active. Seeing where VATSIM is. I mean, they got us at 144 feet a minute, but they're not going to have the kind of data that you're about to see. That's why I like Sim Toolkit. All right, so you can see they're mean 246. Jeez. Oh well. So let's look at it, shall we, folks? Okay, the details. Details are in the details. 2 hours, 590 miles, 4.4 on the kilograms, and 1.5, call it 1.6 G's, 246 knots, really slow at 108. So, few things went wrong on that. On my part, that just kind of aggravated me. Alright, so, and of course it put us on to a left. Alright, so we're 700 feet right of the center line. No, we weren't. We were almost dead on. But anyway, we were 2,700 feet down to runway. So, I mean, we're in the landing zone, that's fine, but we'd like to be closer to here. But this is what Volanta and ElevaTech do not provide, is this lovely landing report. A lot you can learn from it, folks, to help you out like me. I already know why we're 108 knots, and I knew the plane was getting slow. Just didn't think that slow. All right, so we are going to disconnect. Actually, hang on. Let's see what traffic looks like in the area. Did I forget something? Oh, yeah, I did. Seatbelts. Like, where's all the brigade at? Here they come. There's one. As soon as he hooks in, doors open.
Good traffic, Lufthansa 455 Heavy.
We'll watch him.
Departing 28 left on the Santana 2, Orca transition, San Francisco.
I should have switched to Unicom. There goes the main door. All right, and we'll watch him. Watch the Queen of the Skies departs SFO. I really thought San Jose was going to have us come up to have us switch. Glad to see that didn't happen. And we're just watching Lufthansa take off. Maybe. We'll see if he's going long distance or not. Could be. Nice job. That's not good. Not good at all. There he goes. You wanted to get a beautiful picture of that aircraft. We know. All right, well, we're going to disconnect. All right, let's rewind and see how we looked. Hey, really overall looks like a very nice approach. We had that little bump up again. Yeah, not too bad, folks. Not too bad at all. And one little difference that I know of, I haven't heard of any big changes. X-Plane, I could go all the way back to Seattle when I first started and watch the whole 2.5 hour, 3.5 hours again. No, we're not. Or we can do it here. I know in the other sim you have to download a product or something, and then you're able to, install it, and then you're able to. But here it's built in. For the most part, it's been working, knock on wood. But there are times where it doesn't. So, but overall, it's really nice to have it built in, folks. All right, we'll take a look at a few more approaches here, and then we're going to call it a night, folks. I want to say thank you again to everyone. Don't forget the Naval Marine Relief Society, folks, are really good organization to support. See how the wing looks. A little wobble there. Okay, Sim Toolkit, we'll give this one to you. But, folks, yeah. We're in conjunction with DCS Wing CVW-20, DCS being Digital Combat Sim, and we're raising money, raising $2,000 for them. Love for y'all too. It's available to you offline, folks, so please think about them. Those men and women do what they do for us. So all we can do to say thank you is to try to help them transition back into society from the military. Well, I thought we'd see it from there, but we won't. All right, welcome into San Francisco, folks. Thank you so much for flying with Mike today. It's much appreciated. And again, those folks at the Navy, Marine, or Naval Marine Corps Relief Society would really love your help. Give what you can, folks. $2,000 is our goal. Third of the way there, so we'd love to make that. We only got a few more days on that. Also, if you want to subscribe to get ad-free viewing, I don't push this a lot, folks, but I have to until the 19th at least. Folks, Twitch is giving you 3 months of Apple TV for one subscription. So think about it long and hard. You know, you may subscribe to someone else. I get it, but we would sure love your business here as well. So again, welcome to San Francisco tomorrow. I'm pulling the schedule up. Tomorrow we're going to be in Japan. So hope you all can tune in tomorrow. Hope you all can be there. Should be a bunch of fun. For now, we're going to kind of say good night. We're going to got one more song for you, but we're going to be looking for someone to hand this off to. So, folks, God bless you all. Have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.